best show about books and hip-hop on earth, which is apparently now flat. Hey, welcome to Books, Rhymes, and Life, y'all. I'm your man, Chad, and you're on the best show about books and hip-hop on earth, which is surrounded by an ice wall that holds all the water in. We appreciate y'all riding with us, and while you're here, hit that like and subscribe buttons and make that like button go ring ding dong and keep the heads ringing. As always, I'm joined by my road dogs, my slimes, as the kids say. Camo and Big Absolute. What's good, fellas?
What up, man?
What's happening? Tonight, we're going to lay out something special. We're going to lay out our list for the baddest female rappers in history. I like this list, and I think this one's going to be a lot of fun. The way the ranking system goes, MVP style, everybody gets 5 picks and points are rewarded by the order they're in. We don't know what the list is going to look like until the points are totaled, and none of us are good at math, so it might not even be right. We're using AI, but so far, all that's done is gotten BA's truck repoed, and Camo had a dog run away that he doesn't even own.
What?
But y'all didn't come here to listen to our problems, so let's get it going. Coming in at number 5, in a tie, MC Light, man. And y'all, I'm already feeling regret. I had her on my gym playlist this week, and that lady is talented, man. That lady is talented, man.
In the words of Sway, hyena. Hyena.
BA, she's one of your favorites, man. What do you think MC Light's place is in the culture?
Oh, simple. She is the female version of Rakim for the culture. Plain and simple. MC Light, and I'm going to say a name probably most of our viewers don't know nothing about, right, which would be Roxanne Shante. MC Light, Roxanne Shante cut from a different cloth, man. They came from crews, it wasn't no women. They didn't battle other females. To let you know how solidified MC Light was, they had to create a battle from another female that she could wipe the floor with just because dudes was tired of her being on their necks. And MC Light is a cultural icon, and arguably, if there is a female Mount Rushmore, her head would definitely be on.
That's big praise. Big praise. Camo,
Facts.
what do you think she meant for other females in the rap industry?
I'll go along with that statement, BA. I think that's it'd be hard to argue against that right there. I mean, at the time, you had a handful of females anyway, and the level that she brought to the game, you still got to tip your hat to her. I mean, we wouldn't be listening to the Remy Ma's and all these female MCs if it wasn't for the likes of MC Light. You gotta salute her. She may not be your favorite, and you can say a whole lot of other things, but you got to respect her. You got to salute her. She definitely put things down in the game that paved the way for a lot of the females that's coming right now. And a lot of the dudes, really, to be honest with you, like what you spitting like Light was, the dudes had to step their game up. So that's how serious she is with it. And dropping new stuff right now that's still super serious, right? Absolute. You
Yes,
heard some of the new
sir.
stuff?
Album is nice with it. Nice with it. Heard about 3 tracks off of it so far.
Yeah, the thing, man, the one thing I say about her that I really appreciated, catching back up with it was, I don't know how many other rappers, male or female, that I know that are as comfortable on a mic and on a beat than she sounds. Like she sounds, that's like I'm almost feeling regret that she's at number 5, that I let that happen without raising my vote, because man, I mean really, man, because I don't know how many, I'm for real, I'm trying to think in my mind, but I don't know that I can name that many MCs that I think sound more comfortable on a mic, on a beat than she does.
I would like to put the disclaimer in there too that, correct me if I'm wrong, but this list was our personal favorites, not the greatest of all time, not the hardest spitters, not the. So just
that's why I'm just calling it the baddest.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just to
for
put a
sure.
little perspective on it so we
Yeah.
don't get totally destroyed in the comments. But bring it on. We do this.
I mean, before you hop off, I just want to piggyback on something that both of y'all said about her influence in the culture. Before MC Light, you never really heard the term femme fatale from a
Mm,
rap standpoint, right? Now, we've seen females like Foxy and Kim, Charlie Baltimore, like they took it a little further than she did with the Edge. Light was the first female in a full-on suit that was still feminine. She was giving you bars, not over masculine, not overly feminine or overly sexual. She just rode a pocket, man. So when you say comfortability, she said it once in a bar, man. She put the femme fatale in hip hop. Period. So all of your Glorrillas, your Megan Thee Stallions, uh, and everybody up to or from her or since her, that style. If that's the pocket you riding, that's who you owe it to, man. You owe it to Light.
Yeah, Camo, what's the one thing that puts her on the list for you?
um, I mean, it would be hard to make a list in any category. Favorites, greatest to do it, spitters. It'd be hard to do a list at all without mentioning Light. I think she uh it kind of speaks for itself. But yeah, I mean, um she's just super solid in the game, always has been. So I don't think whatever we could recategorize it, and she still goes on the list for me.
Yeah, that's another thing to say about, a lot of MCs. Like, people don't understand what it takes to be relevant for so long, to where to when you drop an album for year after year after year, people don't understand what that takes. But we're going from a legend to someone who's kind of new to the game. So coming in at the second tie for fifth place, Win. Whoo, this one's gonna be fun, man. Whoo.
This is
Uh,
what just how my face looks when I'm listening to Win.
yeah, Camo, tell me about this lady's flow, man.
Man, if you don't know about Win, you better get familiar. I'm calling it right now. Like, I think I told both of you this already. Like, this is probably, I'm gonna go ahead and say, maybe my favorite female MC of all time. That's crazy to even hear myself saying that, because she is newer, but man, is she nasty with it. I'm talking about, when we say check off all the categories, man, she checks it off in flow and lyrics and style and swag. Like, I just really dig this chick. Everything she puts out, all the features that she's on, anything she's done. I find myself listening already to Win more than I can recall ever, like, riding around on a constant basis listening to female MCs. I mean, hardcore, I remember giving that one a lot of play still throughout the years. That's one that stands out for me. And then probably Lauryn Hill. And that's not taken away. There's a lot of respect for a lot of the females in the game for sure. But I've probably already listened to Win more than I've listened to probably any other females like that. Super dope, super tough. Yeah.
Yeah, BA, man, she's got bars, man. Bars, bars. What impresses you the most about this style?
Yo, in the words of the comedian Bill Burr, man, hear me out. Hear me out. Right. So I'm speaking up for the Black hip hop caucus of the world. Just because she's fair skinned, look, when I first heard her, I thought, okay, lyrics clever. She's got some nice flips. But the more I started to listen to her, again, I'm not comparing the two, but just the maturation of the style for somebody so young, she reminded me a lot of MC Light. She has the femme fatale. Like, if you hear her body of work, there's some where she's just spitting, and that's the purpose, right? Then she's got a couple songs where she's a little more dropping double entendres on sexual things or relationships or whatever. Very similar to how Light's catalog stacked up, man. And what really did it for me was the sway, was the sway freestyle, right? That
Yeah.
sway freestyle had sway me and probably both of y'all looking the same way when that beat started and she was like, hey, speed it up a little bit. And went berserk, son. I challenge any female to go to Sway and do the same thing.
She's a
Just saying.
problem. She's a problem.
I
Yeah,
mean,
she is.
I know when Snow was up there, Snow did her thing back in the day, but as of lately, man, it's she a problem, man. She's a problem from straight out of Portland.
I'll say a lot of people have a way with words, and then some people's words have ways. It's evolved to that. And I think she's one of the people, her words have ways of their own. Like there's definitely layers and layers and stuff to peel back and catch on a second go round and stuff like that. So, and I love artists like that continue to unfold as you listen to them.
Yeah, I listened to it. You're right, BA. That's exactly what I did. The first thing I went to, like, because I was pretty new to her. I haven't listened that much to her until we started talking about her. So I went through the catalog, but I started with the Sway video, and yeah, I did the same thing. As soon as she said turn the speed the beat up a little bit, I was like, okay, okay. Man, she started going, and I was impressed. I mean, yeah, I was impressed. Anybody that can string bars together like that, man, she does sprinkles a little bit of everything in there. It's a versatile style, and that I really appreciate. Like, you keep it all mixed in well. It all stays up. No matter when she changes up, she switches up her bars, she mixes all the flows together. Everything stays together really well, man. I was impressed. That's a really seasoned MC. Like, seasoned is a really good word. Like, you sound like a veteran.
Yeah.
Yeah. And thank you. I meant to bring that up too, that she's definitely not predictable. And that's what you definitely love that in an artist when you're listening to music and you don't know what's next or how they're gonna flow on this beat or where they're gonna take it or when the beat's gonna drop, when they're gonna flip. Oh, and by the way, Absolute, we don't like fair skin. We prefer I believe the PC term now is melanin challenge.
Melanin challenge.
That's what we like to go by.
Melaninless.
Right. Oh, it's dope, man. She's dope.
Yeah. All right. So coming in at number 4, Missy Elliott. And yes, sir, I do love me some Missy. I'm gonna start it just like that by saying I love me some Missy. BA, she had a long reign on the top, man. How did she do it, and what did that do for rap?
Who the hell is Missy? Like, if there is no Missy Misdemeanor Elliott, who else would? Like, we've never seen that before, right? We've seen females, right, that can rap and sing. But when I say create a lane, Missy created she created a 6-lane highway for herself, right? Mm-hmm. She created an interstate cross the net. Like, Missy was doing stuff with sound effects that we only heard dudes do. Like, she had a 16 where 8 of the 16 on the count was sound effects to finish bars or start lines. It was crazy. That's the one thing we could talk about this list over and over again. But to be honest, she clearly might be one that she was a one of one. I don't think there'll never be another artist like Missy Elliott from the hip hop side ever. I think she's truly one of one.
Camo, she's had a lot of features and solos, man. What does it take to have that kind of versatility as an artist?
To be an alien, to be from another planet. First off, who don't like Missy? Have you ever heard anybody, has anyone on this podcast ever heard anybody ever say they didn't like Missy? That's some voodoo right there already, if you ask me. And to take it in the like Absolute said, it's just a whole nother lane. It's levels way up here. Like there's not another like her. So Yeah, man, just to be an alien. She's got so many styles that are out of this world, and the sound effects, and I think the videos too, man. All that goes part of her persona and performances and all that. I think from what I see most of the time, anybody when we see Missy, you immediately smiling like, here she go. What Missy gonna do now? You know what I mean? And that's a special type of person, even outside of being an artist, to have that type of effect on people before you even say anything. You know, just the way she carries herself and the joy that she's brought to people. I think she could jump out there right now or 20 years from now, if we hadn't heard from her the next 20 years, and jump right back in, and everybody's going to be open on, oh, come on, Missy, come on. Yeah, that's Missy. You know, I don't think she's ever going to have a problem like that. So
Yeah, she was even good in her Punked episode.
Yeah.
she was about to come down on that counter.
Oh yeah. She said I'm a big girl too.
Yeah,
I'm coming down
she's
on
finna
all
let that
my weight
happen.
on this count.
Yeah, she's gonna let that happen.
No, I love seeing her on the list, man, because just for exactly what you guys said, man, her creativity level is just insane. And it's just like one of those directors that you're just like, all right, man, go do your thing. Like, just whatever, you just go do your thing, bring it back. Because every time she goes and does her thing, even when I go, okay, that might not particularly be my thing, I still don't hate it. I still ride to it. Even when it's one of those that I was like, nah, this ain't one of my favorites, but I still ride to it. Missy is it's character. Yeah, Missy has a lot of character.
Just real quick, what was your thought? Like, really, what was your first thought when you seen the Rain video? Right.
That was
Right.
that was my first thought when I hear Missy, to be honest.
Yep.
Is
Like,
the Rain video.
Thanks. I was
Yeah,
like,
that
I knew then she was a problem. I was like, we've never seen this. This is something different.
And
the
that first
creativity.
album from her, by the way.
Super duper.
Yeah, I'd like to go back and revisit that one to see if that might hit some of the categories of the no skips and some of the other stuff that we've been ranking of albums and all this. Like,
That's
that was
definitely it's classic territory.
Yeah, definitely a classic.
Yeah, that is impressive. All right, so our number 3 baddest female MCs, Mama Mia, Mia X, or Baby D for the Friday fans. Camo, when did you first hear about Mia, man? What'd you think when you first heard her?
While I was in the military, I'd already knew about Mystical in high school, but when the No Limit soldiers ranks started unfolding and more was, unveiled to us. I mean, I kind of look at her like a Eve, and what I mean by that is, those females that can stand in any cipher in the midst of the hardest dudes. I'm talking about like dangerous bars type stuff. You know what I mean? And not bat an eyelash, not back down, hold her own, even, maybe send some of them with their head between their legs, and that's what I always thought was super impressive about her is the high energy and delivery that could stand with any dude, as females are trying to, get their foothold in the game and stuff. She was definitely like, oh nah, we don't play about this. This is for real, for real. Like, she was a soldier for real.
Well, speaking of that, BA, she had to work with a lot of heavy hitters on No Limit, man. Tell me where she ranked among those heavy hitters for you.
It's funny you bring this up. Me and Camo talked about this offline last week. I was just thinking about No Limit, and everybody always thinks about Mystical, right? But nobody accused Mystical of being the greatest writer or even greater lyricist. Like, to me, Mystical's in a class by itself. It's all about stage presence, delivery. So when you talk about No Limit, it really comes down to 3 people. It comes to Mac, Mia, Fiend. So if you look at the way they write, Mac might be the greatest writer. Mia might be the second best. And Fiend might be the third best. And if you look at the way they write, Mac might be the greatest writer. Mia might be the second best. And Fiend might be the third best. And if you look at the way they write, Mac might be the greatest writer. Mia might be the second best. Fiend might be the third. But that order flips when you start talking about bars, right? Fiend probably the first, but Mia's always second. Mia X can hold her own on any song, including when Snoop came to No Limit. She was on everybody's feature. Never have you ever said in a whole No Limit album, no matter what song it was, where there were multiple No Limit artists, tell me what song Mia had the worst verse. And that's excluding any song with Silk on it, because that's always the easy pick, right? So excluding any song with Silk on it, right? When has Mia X ever dropped the like she says something of being the lady alligator? I just always thought about that. Like, for that to kind of be a little tagline, it suits her very well, right? It suits her very well. So Mia's a heavy spinner, man, for sure. And I don't care who you put her in a room with or on a song with, she a problem.
Yeah, I used to think the same thing, man. That was the first time I heard her was listening with the No Limit explosion when it came out. And she was so much fun to listen to because she brought so much energy. Like, I know you have Mystical, so you definitely, if you're on a song with Mystical, you definitely can't be lacking the energy.
Yeah.
But it didn't matter who she was on a song with. She brought energy every time she came on there, and she repped No Limit hard. Like, I really appreciated how hard she repped that label.
Stayed in the camouflage. This
She was,
camouflage all the time with the tape. Show it.
she was a great person to be on a label because she did her job every time.
Yeah.
Every time, no matter
And
where she was on, what track she was on, no matter what they asked her to do, she did her job. And like you said, she was the best verse on some of those tracks.
Mhm.
Camo, what's up, man?
Oh no, I was just saying the fact that she was the only female around that squad, that was probably perfect for her. I mean, not taking nothing away from how hard she went, because you could, I mean, you just been whacked and it would have been like, nah, we let you on a couple songs. So, but yeah, they wasn't never gonna tell. I don't feel, like, nah, Mia, that's enough verses from you. We've gotten you on enough songs. I don't feel like that was ever said.
I think
Yeah.
anytime she was in the studio and available, hey, here's the subject. Can you write it
So
now? You need to come back tomorrow.
so you don't think she got a meal?
Yo.
Sorry, not sorry. Moving on to getting close to the top now to our number 2 baddest female MC, the Brat a Tat Tat. Man, I have always loved the Brat. Speaking of energy, that is always what I loved about the Brat. Brat brings energy every time, man. I love to hear that voice. Her videos were always good. Like, man, the energy she brought every time. Like, I loved hearing her voice. As soon as she started on the track, didn't care who she was with, didn't care who was on it. If it was her track, she brought energy every time. BA, what makes it so much fun?
Brat, man. You remember when nobody knew how old the Brat really was? Like, when she first came out with Crisscross, we all thought she was like 13, like them, right? Because she's timeless as an MC. And again, that's hard to do. She melds in any pocket. She spits fast. She has a very Chicago rap style that she can make work on any coast at any time, on any beat with anybody. Again, like speaking of Missy previously, right? I remember the tracks they did together, right? The ones where, Missy was rapping and the ones with Missy singing on. I always remember Ladies Night, the Angie Martinez joint, when he had
That was
all the
dope.
little female rappers spitting on there, and everybody was cool, and the Brat came through and mollywop her
There you go.
verse. Mollywop. She put some land of the hands on a lot of verses, man. And it's just because the Brat was one of those MCs that looked like she was having fun when she was spitting. No strain, no struggle. So it was fun listening to her. So that's why I think she was so much fun.
Yeah, Camo, she hit the scene hard, man. what is it about her? I mean, what was it that I don't know, what was it that made that impression?
I think it was a couple of things. Again, still we'd only had, you know, it was getting more and more, but we were still comparatively didn't have a whole lot of female MCs at the time. And like Missy, as we were talking about, I hadn't really heard nobody. I mean, the Brat was another character like that you always love to see. Her style, her swag, how she was gonna have her hair did up, what she was gonna be rocking. Um, she was easy on the eyes. She was, cute growing up and everything. There was this thing about her sexuality that I thought brought a, little extra thing of extra intrigue surrounding her. And also, as far as JD artists, we were always seeing kids. And this was like a time to where now we can see a mature artist come out that's not on the, and look, we was loving all the kid artists and everything too, not taking anything from them, but I think it was just a different type of thing that we had seen from the So Def camp. I would lastly say how she chops her lyrics, the style, just chopping it. And so yeah, man, I'd love to see a lot more from her. I don't know, you don't know what goes on people's personal lives and what their interests are and what they have going on and stuff like that. But I definitely, I think the hip hop community would accept the Brat back with open arms. I think there's a lot of people that would love to see the Brat on some more stuff. And we see some stuff here and there, but I definitely love to see some more from her. I'd love to see some more from her and Missy, like you were talking. Absolute. That was definitely some good collabs. So yeah, man.
Did you Funkified?
Oh,
Funkified's a
man.
classic.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
Yes, it
man.
is.
Classic.
All the way. That's another one.
Yeah, for sure.
And now we have reached the top of the mountain. The baddest female MC there is. It's a lady who goes by the name of Lauryn Hill. Camo, how did she hit the scene when she first came out?
Man, I loved it personally when I seen it. I was glued to the TV like, remember that on the video and she coming in the little shirt swaying like this and stuff? I'm like, oh, who is this? And why is she spitting like this? And then I'm real good with faces, not as good with names and dates as much as I am with faces. But I was going, wait a minute. After the initially seeing her, I was going, I know her from somewhere. And I was trying to put my finger on it. And once it dawned on me, that's another one I called early. Not that other folks didn't do the same thing, but when I was watching Sister Act, and
Right.
bro, like it'll give you chills, like literally the heebie-jeebies, as she said. The hair would stand up on your, and I was going, man, if somebody don't sign this girl right here, that's like the most melodic, angelic a cappella that I've ever seen in a movie or TV. Or I was like, man, when they talk about the star power and stuff like that, she definitely had that from a young age. So yeah, I seen her, was excited, and then remembered her from earlier from Sister Act, and that just brought it all home to her. So I was super happy to see. And that's one of the Fugees, The Score is one of my favorite albums of all time. So
if you remember Mythology, they had the sirens that used to lure the ships into crashing. That is what I thought about when I heard her sing, because that's the first time I saw her was on Sister Act, and I saw her sing, and that was what I thought about her. I was like, I'd crash my boat for her. She had that voice it was like an angel speaking. I was like, yep, I'd crash my boat for her. If I heard that, I'd be like, let's go, fellas, that way.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
mesmerized. Yeah, for sure.
Outside of the voice, what is it about her lyrics that make her your favorite, man?
Have you heard a song called Ready or Not? Arguably the best intro and exit lines in rap history on one verse. Who starts, male or female, who starts a verse with I play my enemies like a game of chess and you are 18 years old? Who starts that way? But most importantly, who ends with, while you imitating Al Capone, I'll be Nina Simone defecating on the microphone? First of all, how many people had to look up what defecating means? And who all knew who Nina Simone was when she spit that bar in 95. So when I tell you Lauryn Hill is a cheat code, she is a 99 rating Madden cheat code. She's the glitch, right? She is hip hop's matrix. Lauryn Hill, before all of this craziness with Andre 3000, when he disappeared, came back, did the flute, whatever. Before that, who was the most sought out MC that everybody kept begging to come back and do an album, do something? Lauryn Hill. We begged, we didn't care if it was a Fuji reunion. We didn't care if it was just her and Wyclef, if it was a solo project, whether it was rap or singing. For 10 straight years, we just wanted Lauryn back in some capacity.
And we're still begging, apparently.
I mean, she gave you them little nuggets that make you think it's gonna happen, like the little track she did with Meth several years back, and just, you know, you're like, okay, maybe she's back. She'll perform every now and with the Fugees. You'd be like, okay, maybe she's back. She you know, she's on her own time code, man. And at an early age, she chose what some of us wish you could do. She chose peace over fame, and that's hard to do in this industry.
Or maybe not so hard if you get to a level of success that she's at and seeing all the stuff that she's seen at that. Maybe it's real easy to go, oh, nah, y'all
True that.
My mind went immediately to the 50 Cent line. Then Lauryn Hill put out an album, didn't have no beats.
And see, I know a lot of people from her first solo album is where a lot of people, especially when you hear women and stuff talk about, but I was more of a, and look, there's some brilliant songs on there and stuff too. I definitely went out and bought it, but that wasn't the same as like how it was going down on the score though. You know what I mean? To me, not in a bad way. I'm just
but the miseducation meant so much to so many people.
Definitely. And it was
crazy about
that was like
album.
that was like a novel.
What's crazy about that album, it's a classic on both sides of the genre. It can be an R&B and a hip hop classic. Same album.
I guess the differentiation would be it was more polished as an artist. You know what I mean? I thought her stuff on the score, I guess sometimes, you know, you revel in that, in the rawness, the untapped talent and stuff. And definitely by the time she put that solo album out, it was more polished, well-rounded, cleaner. But yeah, definitely super dope. Not surprised at all to see her at number one.
Miseducation was her being hurt, right? You got to see her because she had a lot of say over that album versus the score. The score, she kind of had to do whatever the Fugees were doing, but that Miseducation album was all her. And the only miseducation that happened was those who didn't buy it the day it came out, because you was miseducated on what you should have spent your $19.95 on at Sam Goody.
I know I was at the BX.
Well,
I know, man, I was at the BX, first thing Tuesday morning. Waiting on the Sockers to put that one out.
70% of the people listening on to this show have no idea what y'all just said about 1995 or Sam Goody. They have no idea about that. But that's a good thing to end on. Go out and educate yourself on if you have not heard the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill, that is a perfect time to educate yourself. If you're a hip hop fan, if you were watching this, you have to be one. So you should really go educate yourself on that.
Recap, go out and look up Nina Simone, go back and look up Defecate, look up the artist Win.
You get a lot of homework on this show.
Sam Goody, and look up finally BX, which is on a military establishment. So that's what we do. You know, it ain't just hip hop over here. This is what we do. No.
Everything's a lesson. There's a lesson learned in every episode.
And that is a perfect place to end this episode of Books, Rhymes, and Life. It's been fun. I want to say thank y'all to riding with us that's our list of our favorite female MCs out there. So go ahead and smash that like and subscribe. We will see y'all next week on Books, Rhymes, and Life.
Books, Rhymes, and Life.